Hey guys, it's good to be here. If you don't know me, my name is Brooke and I'm a mass media and critical scholar with a special interest in film. Now that brings me to why I'm here today, to talk to you about nichification in film. So what is nichification? To define it in the context of film, essentially it is the action of the film industry creating content based on the specific interests of the audience. So, for example, if somebody wanted to make a film for stoners, horror fans, and people who loved Christmas, they might make Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. Now, while this is certainly an opportunity to reach diverse audiences, I'm here to talk about how nichification is actually a threat on the once communicative act of watching film. So let's get into it. Nice. Today, there are over 200 video streaming services available. According to CloudWords in a 2024 digital trends study, they found that 85% of all US households are subscribed to at least one video streaming service. Think of how many you're subscribed to, or how many you might steal from a family member or a friend. I can count at least 5. Now, the streaming platforms that you choose to subscribe to not only say something about you, but it also says something about the content on the platform. In February of 2024, Eric Deggans released a special on NPR that guided listeners toward their perfect subscription service. For example, if you consider yourself to be a more dark and mysterious person, you might want to subscribe to HBO that has more grim shows like Euphoria or Game of Thrones. Or if you prefer quantity over quality, you might subscribe to Amazon Prime that offers over 18,000 different movies available for streaming. There are also streaming services that are even more niche, like Shudder that only offers horror film or Crunchyroll that only offers anime. In a case study that examined the social impact of streaming services, Ernesto Escobar said that monoculture, or the mass consumption of a singular piece of media, was the foundation of traditional film consumption. The idea was to preserve a sense of unity amongst the public. Think of the way we watched films before streaming services. Often we were forced to watch films in theaters filled with other people. This meant that the likelihood of interacting with others and discussing film you had all seen was very common. In fact, there was a time when watching film was a very collectivist activity that encouraged us to connect with each other and even influence social impact.
Dazzling images on a huge silver screen. Sound that I can feel. Somehow,
self-amputation feels good in a place like this.
Like with Oliver Stone's JFK that prompted more transparency from the government and initiated the creation of the U.S. Assassination Records Review Board, or high enrollment in journalism school after the release of All the President's Men. Instances like this are lost with the rise of streaming services that discourage viewers from engaging in the same content.
It's kind of obvious, don't you think?
So let's talk about that. Think about the way you watch movies today. My guess is that you like to watch movies home alone. In fact, per the NRG, 64% of people would rather go home and watch a movie over the 36% who would rather go to a theater. This means that over half of the population would rather go home and watch a movie on their favorite streaming service than go to a theater that was filled with people. Because of this, it has become extremely hard for us to relate to each other through popular film because we rarely watch the same movies.
Well, I'm the only one here. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Listen, all I'm trying to say is that with nichification, we are losing the benefits of mass culture like unity that can be shared amongst each other despite things like gender, sexuality, or any other social identities.
She doesn't even go here.
I predict that within 10 years' time, there will be no real need to go to the theater anymore due to streaming services. How can you stop this from happening? Go to the theater with your friends. Laugh, cry, and scream at the film in a public theater, and then go to the bar afterward and talk about it and be a part of the conversation.
We've been waiting for you. We're gonna start a movie.
What kind of movie?
You have to come and see.